And welcome in to Game 2 here on Day 2 of the Nike International Friendlies here at the Premier Sports Campus at Lakewood Ranch in Florida, part of United States Soccer's Development Academy Winter Showcase. And it is, we mentioned, Game 2, the United States and Australia here as action about to take place. A crazy game earlier this afternoon as England scored in the final minute of stoppage time, down a man against Brazil to earn a 2-2 draw against Brazil. England led the game for the entire second half, scoring in the last couple minutes of the first half until about the 83rd minute. England had received an ejection just a couple of minutes earlier. Brazil then scored the tying goal and eventually the go-ahead goal just a couple of minutes later to take that 2-1 lead in a frantic pressure in the fifth and final extra minute. Matter of fact, it would have been the 7th minute because there were a couple of injuries as England was thwarted in their tying attempt in that final minute. But they did get the corner kick and eventually the tying goal, 2-2. That puts Brazil atop the standings after 2 games played for them. 4 points, 1 win, 1 draw. The United States with 1 game played, that beating England yesterday 3-1, is in second place at 3 points. England moves into third with that draw, and Australia currently in the bottom at 4th place, losing 4-0 to Brazil yesterday. So that action is about ready to get started here. The United States and Australia, again, kind of the premier event here at the Premier Sports Campus. It is a winter showcase, and there's many things going on. Under 18s and under 16s will be meeting on the fields around us. They have been throughout the days. There are a couple other fields that are lighted, a little bit of action going on. But as a whole, if you're down here in the Florida area, in the central Florida area, or if not, just kind of take the day. Tomorrow, here on Monday, there will be a lot of action going on, and tomorrow night will be the Select Academy Players game. So some of the All-Stars will get an opportunity to hit this same field as the substitutes now making their way across the field. And that action will be going on tomorrow. And then Tuesday will be more action happening, as will Wednesday. But Tuesday will be the last of the Nike International Friendlies. At 3 o'clock, we'll see Australia and England play. And at 6 o'clock will be the United States and Brazil, which might be shaping up for the championship of the Nike International Friendlies, as it did last year. You see the referees and the teams about ready to take their place as they will come across the field. Referees led by Chapalo Street, who will be, he was the 4th official last night. He'll be in the center. Chris Hutchinson will be on the near sideline. Catherine Nesbitt on the far sideline will run the lines. And Caleb Mendez is your 4th official. As the Australians make their way back across the field, the United States has already done so. Again, part of the Winter Development Showcase. Some action from yesterday. The Seattle Sounders FC's Victor Mansoret tallied in the 70th minute. His goal held up for a 1-0 victory for Seattle against the Philadelphia Union. Seattle now 9-2-1 in their year. As the teams approach, we'll give you the starting lineups. First for Australia. In goal will be number 12, Brandon Osipov. He will make his way on. Malcolm Ward, he wears number 2. Zach Speth, he wears number 5. Joe Coletti, he'll be the captain again, wears the 6 and the armband, as we mentioned. Daniel Maskin, number 7. Daniel Ozani, number 8. Panos Arminikas wears number 9. Peter Kakaris, he'll wear number 11. Danny Kim wears 16. Perry Fotokopoulos wears number 20. And Costa Petratos will wear number 23. The head coach of Australia is Peter DeRue. Actually, that's the technical director, and Tony Vidmar is the head coach. We'll get that. We'll give you the United States lineup here in just a second after the anthems, because they are all lined up here now. Australia will be wearing their green shorts, white socks along with their yellow jerseys. Of course, the United States with the red shorts and red socks. Here are the national anthems. First for Australia, then the U.S. It's the national anthem for the United States, coached by Richie Williams. And the United States will go with quite a few different faces as they had last night. Starting here, there will be a couple because you just only have a 20-man roster. But as a whole, you have many of the same guys who did not start last night get that opportunity. Hugo Adriano wore number 5, and Eric Cavillo, the captain's armband, he'll wear number 6. He stays in, as does Josh Perez, who wears 11. William Pulisic will be number 12. He's your goalkeeper. That's will get an opportunity to get the start tonight. Logan Pancho will be number 13. Tanner Dietrich, 15. Thomas McCabe wears 16. Mackenzie Gaines, 17. Pierre Da Silva, who saw action as a substitute, as did Gaines last night, wears number 18. Tyler Adams also saw action, wears number 19. And Keegan Kelly, he'll wear number 20. The teams right now setting for their photos. The handshakes are done. The referees are set. We talked about the breeze and the temperature a little bit earlier. It is a cool night, but certainly a lot warmer than it was on Friday night. But it has dipped down from the upper 70s to near 80 for the earlier game. It's probably in the upper 60s right about now, and it will have the breeze, as it does typically here in Florida inland. It will die down. We saw about a 5 to 10 mile per hour consistently earlier. This one will just have the occasional gust of 2 to 5 miles per hour. Coletti and Cavillo will exchange the banners as they do in the middle. There's a good look at Keegan Kelly, who makes his way out for the United States, who will be wearing the red jerseys again. The red with the white above it and the blue above it, the red, white, and blues, as they set for their huddle. Australia in their huddle. Referee right now, the coin toss as it is. Looks like the teams will be on the same side here, perhaps, as the coin toss has been done. Again, not much of an advantage with the wind here in this game. And the United States will go out to their huddle as Coletti makes his way. There's Cavillo wearing the captain's armband for the United States. As we mentioned here, this is game 2 of action here tonight at the Nike International Friendlies, all part of the U.S. Soccer's Development Academy's Winter Showcase down here in Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch to be specific. For those who might be looking, as I mentioned, you can make your way out here. Certainly will be plenty, of course, if you can't, if you're somewhere around the country and don't want to go down, ussoccer.com, and we will, of course, have all the action on Tuesday, as England and Australia will go the early game at 3 o'clock and the United States and Brazil at 6 o'clock. So the teams will defend it. Australia will defend the north goal here in the first half, and they will have the kickoff as the United States sets up with much of the new faces. We've seen it. I believe we got Cavillo's getting the start, as is Josh Perez. Other than that, I think we have 9 new starters from what we had just the other night. The referee checks, U.S., couple final stretches. The referee checks with his goalkeepers. Now checking with his linesman after checking the net. And we are just about underway here at the Nike International Friendlies, game 2, day 2. Australia, as we mentioned, will get the kick and will keep early possession. Good pressure up top by the United States. Australia keeping it along the back line right now. The U.S. is content to let them play it back there, and we'll see whether they come forward or not. It's Fotokopoulos, who will be one of your central defenders. Long ball to test that back line. In past him. It's to be Kekaris running it down for Australia. Good move, splits the defenders, and now the United States able to clear it out. That was Azari now into the penalty area and shielded off the ball. Nice shoulder charge, and the United States will have it. That's Cavillo running it down into the corner. Looking for Mackenzie Gaines. And now Keegan Kelly will have it. He'll lose, and Australia will now attack. Fotokopoulos. Now Australia to test him forward again. Open man in the middle. Zari. Arzani. Back with it is Arzani. Nice play to flip it in, and a left shot, and it's tipped over by Pulisic. Excellent opportunity, and that was Zach Speth, who made his way up from his defender position and used a left foot turn on a volley. Here's a good look at the replay. As I mentioned, Arzani flips it over, and Speth, one time with the left foot, shoots, and Pulisic with a great athletic play to tip it over the bar. Will on his toes here in the first couple minutes. In swinger from the far corner. And off Pulisic's hand, it goes down, and it's shot on there, and it's now a goal for Australia. Joe Coletti on the deflection comes out, and it's a left foot one-timer, and Australia's taking a 1-0 lead here in the 3rd minute. Yep, let's get a good look at the replay. As that ball came out, and there's first time Coletti able to shoot it through traffic, and it makes its way in the back of the net. So as Pulisic came out, that ball came over the top. Pulisic punched it, but not able to get a lot of height, and as it rolled out, the U.S. not able to clear the box, and Coletti was able to one-time it. And those are always the dangerous ones through traffic. You don't know if it's deflected or not. Sure enough, it goes in, and Australia with a quick 1-0 lead. There's Keegan Kelly with it. That one goes off the referee, and now an advantage going in. Australia now has it. That's Maskin. Maskin into the penalty area. Uses his right foot and just misses the far post. It'll be a goal kick. So Maskin comes in after the ball deflects out the ref. Australia with a nice counter on it. Here's another look at it here as Maskin comes down, dribbles into the penalty area, and then rips a shot, just missing the far post. And the U.S. got to kind of come up a little bit better here early on as Australia's getting the better of the play. A free kick now will be for the U.S. as Tyler Adams taken down. Pulisic will flip it over to Adriano. And Adriano has it taken away from him. And now again, another opportunity. Australia will take the shot. The turnover, but this time by Adriano. Petratos, Costa Petratos takes a couple steps and rips a shot, also missing the far post. So Australia early on not only has the goal, and here's a look at the Petratos shot, who got in behind Adriano, and he just rips it, but it's about 2 yards wide. Pulisic having that one covered. But again, another turnover by the U.S. and Australia attacking. Pressure by the U.S. forces Australia to go back. Now they'll attack, trying to go down the sideline. That appears to be Speth. Be a throw in for Australia. Kakaris will earn the throw. He and Speth working close together. Ball on the far side. Arzani. Loose ball to Australia. It's Kakaris. Dribble into the corner. Left foot across. Cleared away by the United States. That's Danny Kim sending it out. We have an injured United States player on the far side. Australia is still playing. You have a U.S. player down, and perhaps we'll see it go out of bounds, but at this point, Australia is still sending it. And there it is, sportsmanship, as it's down. It'll be a U.S. throw. However, an injured U.S. player early on might be actually it is Mackenzie Gaines, who's down on the far side. Rolling his left ankle. You get a look at him there. The training staff now coming out. Gaines may have been tied up a little bit and kind of got a little bit of a knock. And now that's left ankle. He's going to limp off to the side. Warming up, we have a little action on the U.S. sideline, so we'll see whether or not Mackenzie Gaines is able to come back after getting treatment. And the U.S. will just play it back to the goalkeeper, and they'll start it over. Fotokopoulos working in the back. Fotokopoulos' pass, not good. It will be turned over. United States will look to counter. U.S. unlike yet to have possession in the offensive half, really. 7 minutes into it, Australia, not just with the goal, but a couple of other opportunities. A big save by Pulisic and a couple of opportunities just wide of the post have really taken it to the U.S. early on. Shoulder charged off the ball, and Pulisic will come out and collect this one. Mackenzie Gaines back on the field. He's up top, able to make his way back on. It's Haji Wright who's getting loose. Making his way down, that's Josh Perez on the far side, and he'll earn the throw. Into Keegan Kelly. Kelly. Good work will go for naught as that cross deflected, and now Australia will kick it out of bounds for a throw. Ball put across. Mackenzie Gaines will challenge the goalkeeper. He'll be called for the foul as Gaines goes up. The keeper went up as well, and as Osipov run into, it is a free kick for Australia. Long ball will clear everyone's head. And will it roll back to Pulisic? It does. And called for the foul will be Daniel Maskin. Free kick for the U.S. Be Logan Poncho who will be taking it. He'll look for Kelly. Now Calvillo into Kelly. That one's touched wide to McCabe. Runs it down. Now Calvillo with the run. Get the head on it back for Keegan Kelly. Kelly has run off the ball by the defense, and it's sent long by Australia. Be a throw in Australia. Ball played across. Maskin is the intended target. It's going to go over his head. He'll run it down towards the corner. Marked there by Pancho. It's Logan Poncho, excuse me. Able to run down. A good looking Maskin. And now the U.S. will play it short out the other side. Arellano. Up for Gaines. Bounce past him. Danny Kim, part of the central defenders for Australia, along with Fotokopoulos, who has it now. Pressure in by U.S., trying to increase that. Coletti has it, and he'll turn it over. U.S. with a few bodies, and now they'll go forward. Stepping around, but taking off the ball is De Silva, Pierre De Silva. As we mentioned, part of the 2014 U.S. Soccer Development Academy Winter Showcase. Yesterday's actions, Andrew Geraldo broke a scoreless match with an 83rd minute goal. And the Houston Dynamo, as this ball goes long and chasing it down, is the U.S. who will play it out, be a throw in Australia. An 83rd minute goal, the Houston Dynamo defeated the LA Galaxy 1-0. Good individual work there by Arminikas. He'll go through the defender, and this one's going to go out. It will be a goal kick, but he could not get the second defender. Panos to make that as Daniel Lozani, who was able to make it down the sideline. As we mentioned, the Dynamo is the front runner in the Frontier Division at 6-1-1. The Galaxy is second in the Southwest Division at 7-2-1, trailing Real Salt Lake from Arizona. That's a foul on Josh Perez. So the game settled down a little bit. The first 5 minutes saw Australia all over the United States, scoring not only a goal, but forcing William Pulisic to come up with a huge save and a couple opportunities that went just wide of the post. It is 1-0 Australia. The U.S. will get the turnover now. Josh Perez will hit De Silva. Pierre De Silva down the sideline. Go around the defender, Ward, and now this one's back in, headed out. It's top of the box. It's still going to be free. Now Cavillo, 35 out. Finds short to McCabe. McCabe will go back out to De Silva. De Silva goes around the defender. He's in the penalty area. He's dragged down, and now the shot and a goal. Pierre De Silva feeds Mackenzie Gaines, and the United States has tied it up. And we'll get a good look at the replay here as there's Pierre De Silva able to go down the sideline into the penalty area, gets past the defender and places a perfect ball across. Mackenzie Gaines, unmarked, in the U.S. on their first real opportunity of the night, has tied it up at 1. Great individual work and good hustle by Cavillo to get that ball back. Sent it in, out to the corner between he and McCabe as Australia now attacks towards the front. Here's Pancho, and he'll send this one out.
Goal scored for the United States in the 15th minute by number 17, Mackenzie Gaines, assisted by number 18.
Now De Silva on the defensive front, and he's going to be taking out the ball and earn the free kick. Out wide to Keegan Kelly. Keeps it in on the tackle. He'll try and feed Perez. Going to go a little long for him, and Australia will play it back to their keeper, who will just be under pressure, so he'll send it long and into the stands. It'll be a throw-in USA. That one's going to go off in the deflection and go throw in Australia. Here's the U.S. on the counter again. This one's going to be short, looking for Pancho. Passed by McCabe a little bit under. De Silva has it go past him, and that's Maskin. Maskin on his left foot will now send it wide. That's out to Kekaris. Kakaris defended by Adams. And Adams gets some help from Calvillo, who will just clear it out of bounds, and good work by the United States. Turnover by the U.S., and now they'll get it back, though, in the middle. Calvillo goes down to one knee and give it out to Pierre Da Silva. Da Silva with Ward on him, still in their own half of the field, but a big pass out to Keegan Kelly. Kelly has 2 on, and then we'll have it taken away. Long ball, and this going to probably run a little long, but no, that's a good hustle by Adams and good hustle by Kekaris. Kekaris perhaps seen a little bit aggressive in that sense, will be whistled for a foul. Good hustle, that ball was going to probably stay in, and if good hustle by Adams and able to get there early, will earn the free kick for the United States. Pulisic will get Poncho. Out wide to Perez. Perez at the top of the box, looking for help. He's got Da Silva out wide. Da Silva looks to go around Ward and will play it off of Ward. It will be a corner kick. Good look at the young man there a second ago, Pierre Da Silva, who had the assist on the goal. The Australian goalkeeper, Logan Poncho, looks maybe to in swing this. He's got Josh Perez out there helping him. Poncho going far post. Headed down, a little hands up by the United States. That's called on Adriano for a bit of a shove, and it'll be a free kick. Australia will take this to play it short. There's Fotokopoulos, and he'll work with Kim. Danny Kim's long ball headed away. Arminicus, nice tackle by Calvillo. Miscommunication or just perhaps an effective work there, but Perez will still come away with it. An earned throw for the U.S. Flipped on, headed away. Opportunity here. Keegan Kelly has got help with Da Silva. Da Silva takes one step, shoots it near post, diving save by Osipov. So Da Silva with the shot, but Osipov down to the task on the near post to his right. There's Pierre Da Silva, who gets an opportunity on the far side here, gets inside the box, and his rip just goes near post. Throw in for the U.S. Taken there by Tyler Adams. Part of the New York Red Bulls Academy. Ball is out. It'll be a goal kick for Australia. Of course, Tyler Adams, part of a couple of Bulls, Red Bulls that is. And yesterday's draw saw New England go through and they will play in the MLS Cup coming up next weekend. The other game is tonight, I believe. Los Angeles and Seattle. As the U.S. has it, it'll play it back to Pulisic. Of course, of the LA Galaxy, Hugo Adriano is out there, part of that club. Once headed on, and it will roll back to Osipov. Play it short. The U.S. content to let the central defenders for Australia have it. They're playing into the defensive two-thirds before the pressure steps up. Keegan Kelly now. And there's a turnover there for Calvillo. They're going to try him Mackenzie Gaines, who has it one defender on him. That's Danny Kim. Gaines into the corner. A little time to turn. He'll try and put it across, deflect off to Silva, and the ball will roll free. Now Calvillo, a nice read, and he'll take the turnover, and he is clipped. And the United States will have a free kick about 28 yards out, right in the center of the field. It'll look here at Calvillo, who read that, tried to go across, and that clip in there by Azani. And we'll get it maybe a little bit closer in 28. We'll see where the wall is. It's actually going to go a yard inside the 18 box, so we'll call it 27 if we want to be specific. Now, we're relying upon the referee to give us exact 10, but by all definitions, we'll look at the 27 yards. On a Poncho with the right foot, left foot. Well, Josh Perez now might be lined up. Or it's Keegan Kelly, and who will dip it down. That ball was dipping, but it just missed the near post, and it will be a goal kick. Good look at Keegan Kelly. Azani will have it taken off him by Perez, and there's Calvillo. Calvillo trying to hook up with McCabe, can't. And now Australia will go. Azani attacking the defenders, able to go big one step, and Pulisic goes to his right and able to cover it up for no rebound. So a good opportunity there by Azani, who was able to attack the net and just outside the 18, forced Pulisic to make the save, and a nice distribution now by Pulisic. Throws it out, but the U.S. will turn it over there. And we'll get a good look here at Pulisic's save. As you can see, Azani step up, make a move, and from just outside the box, Pulisic goes in and able to cover it up before Petritos for Australia able to come in. Play on with the ref there. Australia now in the counter after taking the ball away from the U.S. Going down for the tackles, Adriano. Maskin kind of dribbled into his body. Good move by there, but now Kelly, and ball sent long. Pulisic going to have to come out of his box, and it does just roll in. He's able to send it out. Big left-handed throw by the young man, and they'll turn it back. Australia had plenty of bodies behind the ball. Over the top, is Josh Perez able to run onto it? He is. It's poked out by Australia. It'll be a throw in for the United States, which is tied at 1 here. 26 minutes have passed. Australia with an early goal. United States able to tie it up with a goal by Mackenzie Gaines. That'll go off Australia to be a throw in U.S. Adriano will send it wide to Poncho. Good tackle by Australia. Maskin. Azani And offsides position. Maskin was offsides, and ball tried to be played into him. U.S. got to it anyway first, but no advantage, so they will blow this down for offsides. Australia early on here seems to have a little bit more time and space than they had yesterday. Again, part of the different strategies, they were going into the wind to start the game yesterday. And Brazil pressuring really high top, but we're seeing Maskin and Azani and Coletti with a little bit more space than they did against Brazil. And by the time it was 2-0 at halftime, the game changed up a little bit. But early on, Australia, that U.S. has seemed to have settled down, not only getting the equalizer, but creating a little bit more opportunities with their own play. And Calvillo will have it now and try and go to Perez, but that ball's going to be headed away. Danny Kim running back towards his own net, but Osipov will come out, play it out short. Now they'll make a couple of moves, and Australia has the ball at midfield. Here's Maskin. Overlapping run is Ward. Ward, can he get there? He'll cut it back inside. Zani. Kim, and that looks to be Speth, perhaps. Australia just keeping possession for now. And Josh Perez takes it away. And we'll go at the line. Looks for Gaines. Tries to turn. Tries to get it back to Perez. And Australia able to come back and clean it up. Offsides is the Australian forward. May not have looked that way on camera, but what you see is the over and back many times. So when that ball was played out by the goalkeeper, he was. So coming back into position. Pressure there will force Ward to pull it out, throw in for the U.S. Patrick Coates is clipped. Free kick, Australia. Another alumni here, the Nike Friendlies, as you get a look at Poncho, was Josie Altidore, who played in the 2004 version of the Nike Friendlies when it was at the IMG Academy at Park. He spent time training with the under-17 national team at the IMG Academy in Bradenton. Of course, Josie plays for Sunderland in the Barclays Premier League right now and has been with the men's national team since 2007. Poncho will take the throw in for the USA. Good work by Australia keeping it in along the sideline, but they'll turn it over now. And big tackle is going to get a play on, hurting himself, and ball is still on. Da Silva curls it into the box. So we have an injured Australia player still. We'll see who plays at where. Cavillo. Overlapping run is Poncho. Poncho. And now sent. The U.S. will have possession of it. It was Maskin who was hurt. Here's Da Silva, left foot across, headed away, but now it's going to roll to Australia, who will have some space. Here's Australia attacking. Armenicus a long way away, and that will roll out of bounds for a goal kick. There's Pulisic. A couple of big saves early on. Referee going over to check to make sure that masking is okay. Mackenzie Gaines has it off his chest. But a couple of Australian defenders able to take it away from him. Gaines able to get it back. Now the ball will deflect. And there's Dietrich, Tanner Dietrich for the U.S. And now Calvillo and Arellano. U.S. just keeping possession. There's Poncho. Little help in front of him is De Silva. He'll go at the defender. De Silva is available to the left. He gives it to him. Step over, and yet it's taken away by Ward. Ward now sends it up, but he has no one there. Be brought down by Arellano. Calvillo, Eric Calvillo. Captain's armband. Dribbles himself into trouble and is taken away, but Australia will give it right back. Tanner Dietrich. Give it back to Pulisic. And now they'll try the left side. Don't like it, so they give it back to Pulisic again. They'll go up to the right side. Tanner Dietrich. That's not Dietrich, actually. It is Dietrich. Possession game right now for the U.S. who have been holding it. Australia putting their pressure up slightly more. Everton Pulisic a little ambitious, but tries to get it out wide. Instead, it will get back to Dietrich, into Perez, and now they'll go forward with the U.S. They'll turn it over, perhaps, as they play into the corner, chasing it. And getting the turnover. Into the far corner. Mackenzie Gaines is in front, but that ball tried to play in the front. The U.S. looking for a foul call on that, perhaps, but didn't see that. The opportunity came. May have been Adams who had made the run down the sideline. Got into the penalty area, couldn't find it. Now it's Perez. Goes out to De Silva on the far side. De Silva will have two defenders on him when he gets to it, but it will roll off his foot. And it will be going. Perhaps it may have been a handball. We'll look at a replay here. And here's Tyler Adams. He tries to get it to McGaines. And the shoulder went out, the arm went out, but referee, who was right there, said it wasn't. So, as it is, back to play. It's a throw-in for the U.S. It seemed to be the referee may have obstructed the broadcast booth from seeing that originally. Here's Australia now as we're into the 37th minute. It's Keegan Kelly into Mackenzie Gaines, who has it taken off him, but Calvillo will get it. But Calvillo dribbles a little too far. Poncho, a little bit of space into De Silva. De Silva being marked by Maskin. Turns. Arellano. And that'll go off the U.S. It'll be Australia's ball. Keegan Kelly, can he force a turnover? They'll play it back to Osipov. It just sends it, but it's scooped up a bit. And Calvillo will be called for the foul. A little body jostling, a little positioning. Good look at the referee. There's our Minikas for Australia. Referee out there, Chapalo Street. It's been consistent both sides to this point as Australia will now come to get the ball. Australia now into the attacking third. Overlapping run, can he get there? No, he can't. It was intended for our Minikas, but he can't get there. Pulisic with the goal kick. The U.S.'s turn to play out the back. Can Gaines get the turn? He does, and now he's taken down. We might see a caution here as Mackenzie Gaines had it. There was still another defender behind him, but Danny Kim will be shown the game's first caution. That's Danny Kim who took down Mackenzie Gaines. Get a good look at the replay here. Is Gaines able to turn? And there's the tackle. Danny Kim slides in, and the U.S. will have it. Thwarted the attack, but in the 39th minute, or it might have been the 40th minute, caution given to the central defender for Australia. Two-man wall, it's about 40 yards out, maybe about 35, 40 out. Keegan Kelly on his left foot will play this one into the box more than likely. Won't be, it'll be Pancho who will send us about the penalty spot, headed away by Australia. Logan Pancho and Calvillo comes to clean it up. And that ball now will be a throw in for Australia. There's Coletti working with Azani. Now Azani sends it far side. Zach Speth, who's off sides. Flag up. So that was Karras who was off sides. A little bit of space for Adriano, but he'll go ahead and send it across to Dietrich. Here's De Silva. It's off the United States. It'll be an Australia throw. Ward into Petronos. Now a turnover, and Calvillo Didn't like the numbers, so he'll slow it down. Back with Dietrich. Out wide, Adams. Be a free kick for the U.S. A couple of these young players here on the U.S. team, both of them not on the starting lineup tonight, but Haji Wright and Christian Pulisic, part of the finalist for the Young Athlete of the Year, Male Athlete of the Year. And Australia is going to be whistled after the fact that perhaps litigating for the advantage calls. We mentioned those players, Pulisic, Christian Pulisic, and Haji Wright finalists. Rubio Rubin of the Mexican and Guatemalan background. He was on the under-17 men's national team, and in 2012, Rubin was voted the U.S. Soccer Young Male Athlete of the Year. And he's joined other names such as Landon Donovan, former residency players, and Michael Bradley on the winners list. He's an Oregon native. As Pancho gets it here. Pancho will attack the defender. He'll send it out to De Silva, who's on the sideline, cuts it back inside. Pierre De Silva with the assist in the game earlier, and he'll try and play it in. It's cleared out. Calvillo will head it back towards Aaron Coletti. Get it now. Petronos gets some space. Now free kick. '45th minute. Here's Keegan Kelly. And his pass will go out of bounds and be an Australia throws. We mentioned Rubin in that 2012 Nike International Friendlies. He helped the U.S. quick strike against Brazil, scoring a goal in the second minute to boost the team to the 3-1 win of the tournament championship. And of course, the versatile forward recently had his first cap with the men's senior team in its match against Colombia at Craven Cottage in London. Rubio Rubin plays for the Dutch First Division club FC Utrecht, and yesterday scored his first goal in the Eredivisie. 1 minute of extra time.
The referee has added a minimum of 1 minute of stoppage time to the first half.
Dangerous play by McCabe. He'll be whistled for the foul. It's like both teams content right now just to get to the locker room tied at 1. A little bit slower here throughout the last few minutes. Fotokopoulos. That one will go underneath the foot of Petronos. Now the U.S. in the final seconds. Arellano might look to get it forward. He will try. Headed down. Can the U.S. get to the second ball? Mackenzie Gaines has it with Keegan Kelly. And a tackle away, and we'll see that in a dangerous play. And down is Arellano. High cleat, perhaps. And we'll see a replay of that here as Arellano puts his head down to chase for it. And he got the foot up to Petronos. It wasn't really that high as Arellano got his head down, but it did appear to make a little contact. So it'll be a free kick, U.S. Saw he checked to see whether he had any bleeding going. But it appears that it's getting a little bit of attention. So Australia's getting a little water. We're seconds away from the half. Imagine the U.S. if they try and play it into the box will get the opportunity, but anything other than playing it into the box will probably see at the end of the first half. Well, we won't even get the opportunity for that kick, as both teams here will experience halftime. Australia has the 1-1 tie after they got the first goal in the third, fourth minute of the game, but the U.S. was able to tie it back up as the teams head towards the locker room. So we'll see whether or not we have those highlights at the half. We might show those before we get into the second half action. So here from the Nike International Friendlies at Lakewood Ranch here in this cool evening. It is part of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy's Winter Showcase. Australia and the U.S. tied at 1 at the end of 45. Second half action coming up in a few from Lakewood Ranch in Bradenton.
How they scored.
That pretty much eliminated my bucks.
Yeah.
I got a 2 and 10, they might stood a chance. No, no one to happen, no. None.
I took my Randy Bears. Puppy. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a PET one. Oh. Wait.
Ready? Y'all ready for highlights? Ready for highlights?
Second half action about to begin here shortly, but I might get a chance to check some of the first half highlights between Australia and the United States. Tied at 1 here at the Nike International Friendlies. As you see both teams making their way back to the bench, or closing the thing over on the other side. So let's see if we can get a chance to see those highlights here as the United States is in their huddle. Australia ready to take the field, and I know as we start to get ready for the second half, we'll see we got a couple of substitutions, whether or not they are announced. Looks like the United States is going to make 3, and there, of course, was Australia's first goal, or only goal, but it was in the 4th minute as that deflection came off the corner kick and made its way into the front. Here is De Silva on the equalizer for the United States in the 15th minute. He was able to get down, and there is Mackenzie Gaines would up getting the goal. And, of course, a nice move by De Silva got him out wide. That did make the change. And we'll see. Of course, the 3 U.S. players have made their way out. We'll see whether or not we can get the rest of those. See, Haji Wright has made his way onto the field. So Haji Wright comes on. We'll see who those substitutions are for. So Wright comes in for Josh Perez. And then Zendejas comes in for Eric Calvillo. And Arellano will make his way off, and Daniel Barber will come on. So the United States with their 3 substitutions. Now the ball will make its way back into the box. Here the United States again with it. Mackenzie Gaines left-footed shot by Keegan Kelly blocked. It's going to go wide. Chased down, cannot. Yeah, De Silva able to keep it in. And now able to come away with the loose ball. Played in, cleared out by Australia. Arminikas goes at, has the open man, Azani out wide. Azani, without Adams out there to meet him. 1-2 touch, not successful. And now Kelly able to get it, and we'll send it over. Haji Wright. Big turn by Haji Wright. He's got a little space. Haji Wright now dribbling down. He'll go with the defender. He's got a little help with Mackenzie Gaines. Gaines at the defender into the penalty area, and will just earn the corner kick. It's the United States.
Alejandra Zendejas, leading the game, number 6, Eric Calvillo. Also entering the game, number 7, Haji Wright. Leading the game, number 11, Josh Perez.
So to take the corner kick, it'll be De Silva. We'll be looking at his left foot. Pierre De Silva.
17 for 6.
17 for 6, Australia.
17 for 6, copy. And 22 for 7. 22 in, 7 out.
Long ball over the top of everyone will roll out for a goal kick. So Australia is set to make a couple of changes too. We'll see on those, but right now, first a goal kick. And we'll do the subs on the next time. Barber has it. Into right. Right turns. It's outside the penalty area. Into the area. Still has it at his feet. Now he's open and just cannot get it across. Cleared out of there by Zach Speth for Australia. Now Azani is taken off the ball by Adams. Call a foul there as Gaines will earn a free kick. Couple of substitutions now for Australia into the game. For Joe Coletti will be Nicholas Panetta. So Panetta in for Coletti. Change of the captain's armband. United States also changed the armband. See who's wearing that now. And Cameron Joyce will be in for Daniel Maskin. So the U.S. with 3 subs at the half, and Australia will make a couple of subs right here in the 49th minute. So De Silva will look at this on his left foot. It's Logan Pancho with the right foot. The U.S. lined up towards the back post. It's De Silva into the penalty spot. Haji Wright has it on his chest, but it will roll out towards the new captain for Australia. That will be Nicholas Panetta, who is wearing the armband. It'll be a free kick now for Australia.
In the game, number 17, Nicholas Panetta. Leaving the game, number 6, Joe Coletti. Also entering the game, number 22, Cameron Joyce. Leaving the game, number 7, Daniel Maskin.
Good job, Molly.
Australia now with possession, pressured by Zendejas. See a handball call perhaps. Second official, the linesman helped the referee out on that one. Long ball challenged. Haji Wright will come with a loose ball, but his touch goes a little bit too far. On the turn is Fotokopoulos. That one's played out of bounds by Barber. Well, if results stand as they are, Brazil would be leading with a +3 goal differential. They tied England in the earlier game today. The U.S. with a +2 would also have 4 points with a win and a draw. And then England and Australia would have 1 point each, with England ahead on goal differential. But we still have nearly 40 minutes to play. Here's Keegan Kelly with an open Mackenzie Gaines. Gaines will hold it up. 2 defenders on him. He'll try and take it to the end line. A little bit closer. Probably across, knocked away by Fotokopoulos. Well done by the central defender for Australia. Gaines has it poked away. That one played towards the corner. Can Haji Wright get there? No, he can't. It'll be a goal kick. Osipov will take the short goal kick. Adams. Wright lays it off for Zendejas. Instead, it will go wide to De Silva. Nice individual move by De Silva, but the foot may have been a little bit high. Where's Arellano? Went off the field. They're holding the face. He was subbed for at the half. Long ball played out by Australia. And Haji Wright was offsides, but over and back. Ball will get back as Australia turns it over. Right to Gaines. Gaines, though, has it taken off his feet. Now Danny Kim has it. Danny Kim, the only player with a yellow card here in the half. It's Daniel Barber. And that pass by McCabe goes over the head of De Silva. It'd be a throw in for Australia. Cameron Joyce, the substitute there for Australia. As we mentioned their subs, Cameron Joyce was on for Daniel Maskin. Target a free kick here for the U.S. The referee blew the whistle. The ball may have rolled out of bounds, but Zendejas a little upset that no advantage was given. Here's a good chance, and there's Sunil Gulati, along with Jurgen Klinsmann in the stands. Here, getting a little of the action here of the Nike International Friendlies. Long ball over the top. Can Keegan Kelly get there? He does. It's on his right foot. Now he cuts it back to his left. One move too many, and Australia able to recover. It will clear it out of bounds for a throw-in. Good teamwork by Australia to strip the U.S. of the ball. No counter, but Barber reads that one very well. Barber got the start in the first game, came on at the half here tonight. That ball's cleared out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Australia. Kim will have it. See how the teams adjust their pressure perhaps in the second half. First half, both teams seem content to let the other team play with it in the back. In for a little bit of a slow half, however. Teams have picked up the action a bit more. Still haven't gone forward, and now the open man out wide. Kekaris onto his right foot, shot, and Pulisic goes down and saves that one on the near post. Peter Kekaris cuts that one inside, and Will Pulisic up to the task on the near post. Barber now will go forward. Looking off the left foot, good pressure. He'll take a couple steps up. Find the open man to Silva. Long ball from Mackenzie Gaines. Gaines running down towards the corner. Steps over, and now he'll earn a corner kick. Here's an opportunity to look at that Australia chance. Ball wide to Kekaris, who cut it into the right foot. Just didn't get everything on it, but it was definitely on net, and Pulisic goes down and covers the near post. U.S. will make a couple of subs now. Coming off will be Keegan Kelly, and into the game will be Christian Pulisic, the cousin of the goalkeeper Will Pulisic. And into the game will be Luca De La Torre, who will come in for Mackenzie Gaines. So the U.S. making a couple of subs with their regular starters. Here as we, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, embroiled in this 1-1 draw at this point. De La Torre on now. Gaines, who had the goal. Mackenzie Gaines scored the first goal of the U.S. and due to that tying goal, that is where we stand now. That was back in the 15th minute, though. Left foot all the way across back post and headed on him just wide as Zendejas comes running in. It was blocked and knocked out wide as De Silva's corner goes to the back post, and the U.S. attacking the back post. Gets there, but Australia deflects it out, and there'll be another corner kick far side. Zendejas, a good run. Just not able to put that on net. So now Christian Pulisic will head out wide. He's got De La Torre with him. Look on the right foot and see. U.S. with a bit of a size advantage. Haji Wright. Pulisic will put this out towards that. Haji Wright over his head. Ball's down free to Zendejas, who will put it back post, and that's over Haji Wright's head. Now they clear it away, does Australia. And just knowing he didn't have a lot of help, Logan Poncho just puts that one in the seats. A little bit of pressure by Australia, only a couple men. You don't want to make the mistake in front of half midfield. And that one will go out. It'll be a throw-in. The U.S. called for a push. It'll be a free kick for Australia. They'll take it quickly, and they'll switch the field. Australia perhaps catching the U.S. with the three numbers out wide, and they'll play it out wide, and they just don't connect. Kekaris and Speth didn't communicate, and they had a 3-on-1 situation wide. U.S. now used 4 of its subs, and they'll turn it over. A left foot shot, and it goes off the back side of it. Appears to be an Australian player. Now it's cleared up. Throw in for Australia. Petratos will be called for, well, we'll get a foul called in his favor. They're going down. So De Silva, yep. I think he was looking De Silva to take another step back. This is a little bit further than 10 yards. Perhaps the Australian player pulled the ball back, but as it is, that's what the delay was. Long ball played, and Pulisic will camp underneath it, and it's a nice, easy ball. A lot of height on it underneath. And now we'll throw it out to Zendejas. Good distribution by Pulisic using that left arm, and can he keep it in? No, that ball's going to roll out and over the sideline. Zach Speth to take the throw for Australia. This game has had its very slow and very deliberate moments. This is one of them. Push on McCabe. It'll be a free kick for Australia. And that one goes off of the U.S. It'll be Australia throw. Petritos finds the new captain, Panetta. Now a long ball for Haji Wright. Off his line, and I'll wait for the ball to get into the box as Osipov. Ball went a little long and carried. Osipov was ready to come out and use the feet, but it was enough carry on it to roll back into the penalty area. So the U.S. play it back to Christian Pulisic. Make that Will Pulisic, sorry. One of the two cousins. Christian just came onto the field, wears number 10. So we mentioned Christian and Haji Wright, two of the finalists for the Young Male Athlete of the Year award for U.S. Soccer. Pulisic had 2 goals on Friday. Puts him within 2 goals of Haji Wright. 18 goals to 16. And this is the last game and a half. The last game coming on Tuesday. De La Torre into Haji Wright. Now the ball played wide. Adams able to get back across. He'll watch Kekaris. Adams, good job of shielding him off. It'll be a goal kick. Adams didn't go for the fake and was able to put his body in between that and that of Kekaris, and the ball rolled out across the line. Good turn. There's Haji with the touch, but it's going to roll too far for Pulisic. Now the U.S. will go down the far sideline. Pierre Da Silva. He'll earn the throw in with the pressure. Australia turns the ball over on the top and the deflection. And it's going to go back to Osipov, the goalkeeper. Danny Kim, who's, I believe he is the only one with a caution on the field right now. That's turned over by Osipov. Haji Wright works with De La Torre. Shot, goal! Beautiful strike by Luca De La Torre, who took it 4 or 5 yards after the ball being laid off by Haji Wright, and he puts it top 90. Here's a good look at the replay. As you can see, that ball, he took it in a couple of steps, and it goes into the top 90. And it goes right up there and gives the U.S. a 2-1 lead. Great strike by Luca De La Torre. Australia is set to make a couple of subs. Mark Tokic. Tokic will come in for Panos Aminikas. Here's another look at the replay. As you can see, De La Torre was able to take a few steps and finish it into the top corner. The other substitution, Monahan Vika, in for Danny Kim. And now Australia finds itself trailing for the first time tonight. And it'll be pulled down. Zach Speth pulls Taylor Adams' jersey. Here's a little bit earlier look on this to see where the touch was. And as we go on, well, De La Torre still was able to take 3-4 steps after getting the drop ball, and it just goes in top 90. Beautiful shot by Luca De La Torre.
In the 69th minute by number 8, Luca De La Torre, assisted by number 7, Haji Wright.
So Haji will get the assist. De La Torre with a wonderful goal. Zendejas and now the U.S. with a little more confidence. Seems to be moving the ball. There's De Silva. Cuts it inside. He's into the penalty area. And now pulls it across. Zendejas and Pulisic are there, but Australia will get it. Now the loose ball into McCabe. Out to Haji Wright. Got an overlapping run. Adams into the penalty area. Adams will send it across the box hard, and it's not a red jersey on the end of it, but they'll come up with a loose ball again. They'll try it to Silva. That's flipped on. Adams run off the ball nicely by Australia and Kekaris, and he's got a long run. Adams will chase him down. Can he slow him down as Kekaris crosses midfield? He does. No numbers for Australia, but they'll get a couple to join. It's Kekaris again with the ball. And Petratos will foul Haji Wright. He was taken down. Petratos told not anymore. There's Daniel Barber. Australia keeping possession. Cameron Joyce for the far side. Joyce has it. Now Panetta. De La Torre will take the ball off him. All the way back to Osipov, or no, it's not. And the speed of Pulisic is able to get in, and Pulisic comes in and forces Osipov to make the save. Australia a little careless there, perhaps tried to get it back, and that was the substitute Monahan Vika. And you can see here is Pulisic able to use his speed to get around him. And Osipov keeping himself big and not keeping that one out of the back of the net. Sent across, headed away, but not out. But chasing down is Cameron Joyce. Will come back, and now here is Dietrich. Dietrich, far post. Haji Wright headed down, saved by Osipov. So the U.S. has gotten a few opportunities. Here's the ball across, and we'll see the replay as Dietrich sends it to the back post. Haji Wright standing there waiting on it and able to head it back, and Osipov had to come up big and goes out for a corner kick. Sent towards the back post, and Barber off the crossbar, and it's over the top. Daniel Barber off the corner from Pulisic, and the U.S. are trying to add to this 2-1 lead. Yet another opportunity to see this one. There's Barber getting himself in position about 6 yards out, off the top of the crossbar and over the net. Australia set to make a couple of subs. We'll get those in just a moment here as they will play it back to Osipov on his feet. He'll go short. Turned over. Haji Wright able to get to it. And his back he'll go. The U.S. will be called for a foul. Coming on will be Bandiera. Bandiera will be in for Peter Kakaris. Kakaris will come off. And Jackson Bandiera will make his way on for Australia as a first sub, and the other one will be Jamie Dimitrov will come on for Daniel Azani.
Australia, entering the game, number 10, Jamie Dimitrov. Leaving the game, number 8, Daniel Arzani. And also entering the game, number 15, Jackson Banderia. Leaving the game, number 11, Peter Kekaris.
So Australia's used their 6 subs as we've hit the 76th minute. The U.S. leads 2-1. The United States has used 5 of their 6. Luca De La Torre now with it into Adams. Adams looking for help. Just to play it back to McCabe. He'll get it back. Dimitrov will force a turnover. Be a throw in for Australia. U.S. leads 2-1. As the results hold, they will see themselves in first place going into Tuesday's final action here at the Nike International Friendlies. Brazil and England tied at 2 earlier today. Puts Brazil with 4 points and a +4 goal differential. England at 1 point and a -2 goal differential. The United States currently +3 in the goal differential, but with 2 wins would be at 6 points. Australia, in this case, would be -5 with 0 points. But we still have about 13 minutes left. In the earlier game, 3 of those 4 goals in a 2-2 game came in the last 7 minutes and stoppage time. Ball's headed away. It's an Australia throw-in. Zach Speth up to take it. Bandiera taken down. Haji Wright will be whistled for a foul. Dangerous position. Panetta will get an opportunity. The clock is stopped. Dimitrov will be looking on this with the right foot. U.S. seems to be holding the line at 10, or at 18 yards, excuse me. And there's the two-man wall employed by Pulisic. Speth will be on the end of this, so one of the U.S. players will come over and mark him up, should he need. Dimitrov, right foot, where this one's played into, all the way to the goalkeeper, where Christian make that will. Pulisic able to corral it right about the 6-yard box. He'll roll it short out to Barber. Barber will look to go forward. He'll send a line drive laser. Who is off sides is De Silva. And Monahan Vika will take it here for Australia. Front ball played to Petratos. Foul on the United States. U.S. would be looking for an insurance goal if they can get it. Australia whistled for the foul. Some of the names here at the Nike International Friendlies and the Soccer Development Academy, the U.S. Soccer Development Academy Winter Showcase. We've seen Joe Corona, DeAndre Yeldman, who will be in that game tonight, Seattle and Los Angeles. You got Bill Hamid, Rubio Rubin, Aaron Johansson, and Josie Altidore. Has the turnover by the U.S., but using the speed to get back is Logan Poncho. Looking for Joyce, but it'll be a throw in for Australia. And now the U.S. will counter. Good hustle by Australia to slow that down, but Pierre De Silva be able to find Pulisic out wide. Cuts it onto the right foot, looking for De La Torre. It will skip by him. And Australia will play it short. 82 minutes, 82nd minute that is. Be a throw in for Australia. 2-1, the U.S. leads. For the tournament, the U.S. 5 goals for, 2 goals against. Right now, 1 goal for Australia, 6 against. But the U.S. still looking to be that for only team with 2 wins through 2 games. Throw in for the United States. McCabe will come across to Adams. Adams has Haji right in front of him, but Adams falls down. Haji has no help, and he'll lose it. Dietrich, strong header, and now Haji Wright is called for the handball. Australia will have to go forward here soon. 83rd minute, trailing 2-1. Fotokopoulos and Monahan Vika long ball over the top. It's going to roll all the way back to Pulisic, and he'll pick it up. Couple steps to spare before Joyce was going to get there. Tanner Dietrich over to Daniel Barber. Barber will look to go at the Australian forwards. See if they can increase this. Pulisic at his feet will make it over to Dietrich. Dietrich will look for a little help up front. Barber. And now here's Pulisic. Adams able to get around the defender. He's got a little help. Right. Tries to go back. It's a little behind Adams. And now McCabe. Panetta is going to be called for after the play. Adams was getting pushed upon at the end. So it'll be a free kick for the United States. So Pulisic looking for a little help. We'll get it up to Barber. Barber looking for the long ball. Haji on the run, but that's not going to get past him. But Monahan Vika heads it away. Now Speth will work. De Silva working hard. Can't get there, but now Australia has it into the half. But the U.S. with the crowd able to take it away, but they'll lose it at midfield. And now De La Torre will have it back. Zendejas is tripped. That wasn't Zendejas, though. That was De Silva. De Silva who had cut it inside. It'll be a free kick for the United States. We'll say it's 18 yards off, but it's outside the penalty area, about 5 yards or so. Good chance probably to hold the line at about the 12-yard spot. Haji Wright's in the box. Two-man wall looks to be asked for by the goalkeeper, Osipov. They've moved actually the wall up. I don't think I've ever seen that. A referee actually walk the wall from 12 yards to 10 yards. So left foot, right foot cross into the 6, headed down by Australia. Left foot shot, blocked. Now the header off the crossbar again. Daniel Barber, second time he's hit the crossbar. And it was a shot by De La Torre that was blocked about the 6-yard box into the loose ball before Barber hit it up off the crossbar. Ball's still in, or no, it does go out. It'll be a throw-in. We'll get a good look at the replay here. Well, there's a good look at Barber running back. But let's see what we got. It's a throw-in here. There's the shot by De La Torre. And perhaps the keeper got down and made the save. He did go down, but he may have had a defender right there, and Barber on the rebound. As it is, Australia comes away with the ball, looking for an opportunity. That's Tokic. And he looks like he's about maybe 75 pounds soaking wet. There it is. So Australia will come away with a loose ball. Now over the top with Joyce. Barber is there confidently. Back to Will Pulisic. Now they'll go wide out here to Adams. Nice ball distribution. Adams will head it back in. Had a little more time, but perhaps didn't hear the call. There's De La Torre into Adams. Nice work. Nice pass. Nice view. Adams going to go at the defender. Speth, who's been in, but Speth steps in. Make that the defender, Fotokopoulos. Steps in very nicely, and it'll be a throw-in for the U.S. Haji, right, with the ball at his feet in the penalty area, but Australia will take it off him. Here's McCabe. Looking for help. He'll play it wide to Silva. Shouldered there by Ward. But he's able to turn Ward, but Ward steps on it, takes it away. Now out to Joyce. 89th minute. Now coming to us. We'll see any stoppage time. The U.S. hanging on to a 2-1 lead. And that ball's into the middle. That's a dangerous ball. Pulisic comes out and is able to corral it. Haji Wright tried to head that back to his defender, but is back into the trouble, and Australia pushed it maybe a little bit too far. And Pulisic able to collect it. Barber works with his goalkeeper, Pulisic. Will dribble out a little bit and give it back over here to Dietrich. Dietrich will look long. Is it over Zendejas? He said no, it's not. Zendejas running on as if it maybe had. Now he'll try and go, and he'll be called for the foul on the turn. Australian player maybe working out a cramp. That's Fotokopoulos. There's a good look again at the referee. The U.S. tie or win will eliminate England from winning. As it would eliminate Australia. But as of right now, the U.S. with 6 points, cleared out by Tyler Adams. Throw in for Australia. Zach Speth will take it. Haji Wright might have an opportunity. He's got 2 defenders on him, and it's played out by Fotokopoulos very well. But Pulisic will try and chase down and force Monahan Vajka to clear it up. He does. There's Tokic. And now that ball's played out. It'll be a throw in for Australia. About to see the 4th official throw the minutes left on the clock, and it will be 2 extra minutes.
The referee has added a minimum of 2 minutes of stoppage time to the end of the game.
U.S. turns it over in midfield, but try and go. Now at the feet of Barber. Barber will probably just send it long, knowing that the time is on their side. They just got to get through these 2 minutes. Out of bounds, Australia throw. All the way back to Pulisic, who will just first time it. Put it in the stands. So we've played a minute of stoppage time. 2 scheduled to be played. It'll be a throw in for Australia. Just to be certain, Pulisic will play it length of the field. Here's Osipov, who will send it long. Now Zendejas. Going to probably run some clock, take it towards the corner as he does. Watching the clock go. 2 defenders over there now. It's been to Pulisic. Pulisic might try and do the same thing. He's earned a throw. So it'll be a throw for the U.S. here, final seconds. We played the 2 minute stoppage time, and as we say that, there is the final whistle. So the United States comes away with a 2-1 victory. Results are what matter. Rather slow first half, but a cracker of a goal by Luca De La Torre in the second half provided the difference. Australia came across this game early on and really took it to the United States in the first 5 minutes, acquiring a big save or 2 by Will Pulisic. The goal and a couple of shots that just went wide, but between those opportunities, that was about what they brought. And the United States able to just methodically come across, get the goal back, and in the second half, get the game winner. So they'll win 2-1 and now sit atop the standings there at the Nike International Friendlies with 6 points. 2 wins, no losses, no draws. Brazil with a win and a draw. They drew against England today, 4 points. England with 1 point, effectively eliminated from the championship. And then, of course, Australia with 0 points. But let's get a look at these highlights from this game. It was early on as the teams were making their way out to the field. An opportunity, always good sportsmanship. But then early on, there is the goal by the captain at the time. It was Coletti, and he just ripped it in, left-footed shot. A corner kick came out. Pulisic punched it out, but not able to get it far out. De Silva then made a fantastic move, got into the penalty area, and found the open Mackenzie Gaines standing right inside the 6-yard box. That equalized the score 1-1. The rest of the first half really uneventful, not a lot going on, but certainly it brought the fans a little bit of excitement. And then, of course, here's about the opportunity for Australia. About the only one they really had in the second half as Kekaris came in and Pulisic was up to the task. And there's the Haji Wright touch to De La Torre, who then took it about 5-10 yards further and just ripped a top-shelf shot right into the corner, and that was the beauty of the night. So the United States gets the victory 2-1, as we mentioned, now with 6 points. Final stats on the game, Australia had 8 shots, the United States 10. Of those, 5 of them were on net for the U.S., 4 of them on net for Australia. 3 saves apiece for each goalkeeper. Corner kicks, the United States had 4. Australia did not have one. 16 fouls for both teams. Offsides, U.S. was whistled twice. Australia was whistled 3 times. So those are your final numbers for tonight. Of course, action here at the U.S. Soccer Development Academy Winter Showcase. We'll have all kinds of action tomorrow. We'll have the All-Star Games tomorrow night, so you can make it down here if you're in the Central Florida area. Come on down, under 16s, under 18s. And then, of course, the final night for the International Friendly. Those, I believe, are at 6 o'clock, you said again? Yes? There you go. We got them in a little bit earlier there, so just kind of check out on ussoccer.com. You can get the latest on that. And, of course, the final games. Australia and England will play at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. The United States and Brazil, which will be effectively for the championship. The U.S. will need a tie or win, and they will win the Nike International Friendlies for the 2nd consecutive year. If that's the case against Brazil on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. If you can't make it out here to Lakewood Ranch, the premier sports campus, as always, check it out on ussoccer.com. For everyone, I'm Mike Pepper. Everyone have a good night.